it in my hand. Got the sauce, and you know MC just made a stand. Bet they call me triple three, the way I be in the sky, never learn. And I hope you cultivate your mind like the farmers on land. We shut the pillars down with just a grain of sand. Close down, we keep it going, yeah, I'm applying pressure down. That's my nigga from AZ, he got me laced up to the feet. 10 toes with the seeds, and we growing many mad. And I just big game on the track, cause yeah, you know I never lie. Now with the pistol, that's the knowledge, so you know we fully loaded, man. But I'm protected, 999, and the aura shine through the head. And I don't do the fake rolling vibe paper setting, but you know about the underground military base. And the interfaces, bound a couple seasons, taking mine, you know that race. When you have no fear and look up to the sky, you know they hating. I just can't capture, you know I just be spitting through my rap. And just be spitting through my rap. They call me MC, and I don't do all the trap. And it's exactly that, so you know I just ain't looking back. It's KIG, applying pressure, and I stay with the pack. I keep it going, keep it flowing. When I'm in the sky, man. Yeah, we never land. I ran through all them hundreds down. Now I'm thinking big, invest up in myself and got the plan. Reevaluating the goal every 6 months, cause I can. You know, and I can take care of her, but I ain't even that man. Close the door, and she moving distant, try to get me to care, man. And when I talk my shit, I never lie. She hit me up just for the wellness, cause I'm in my car. I know I'm moving P, but I might show one lady that I prefer. It's MC triple three, I'm knowing that's my character. And I just be going hard, cause you know, man, there's no fear in here. Means fears up in the sky, you know I see it clear. 773, I ain't giving demons no energy. 777, attacking all my circumstances. What I do today, I'm spending all my time and my investments. I got a couple brands, so yeah, you know I just be building it all time. And I'm just cruising on this groovy, be wavy, you know that I don't do the thing. Remember when I fill my cup up and I used to pop the Z's. Realize that you gotta change the habits, so I kept the change. So you know MC still be keeping it, get shit true to me. And when I say East Coast, it's T.G. You know we get me to a stacking doors, even when it's cold. It's 369 and some niggas be moving cold. And I call them frozen, cause they be mad they ain't got the code. They don't come around, you know that's when you work, you know that. They tryna come around when you win and you know they lurk, fuck 'em. Never used to get so stressed. Let's go. Really get rest, but I keep it going, yes. Yeah, I'm having fun, and you know it's kinda nice. Thinking better days, champagne on ice. You know I'm never less. I used to get so stressed. Can barely get rest, but I keep it going, yes. Now I'm having fun, and you know it's kinda nice. Thinking better days, champagne on ice. Romance shit out the way on my bike. Roll one up, then we ride that flight. Spiritual heavens, got me high like a kite. Come on, walk by the OG, seen them live, have a good night. If you can't see, you might get a lost G, you know. So set that goal and keep driving B. Hit the park, clear a couple reps, you know me. Grab 2 connection flight, we headed straight to the V. Like they asked me if I rap, I told them nigga not really. But you know I write signs, cause you know it's wavy. Just do power in the frequency, you know we on it. That boy tried to get at me, I told him it's a on it. Just we chillin', shift the keys to the lock. Big feeling and we working, yeah the checks never stop. Playing my perfecta in a bank. That's just how we coming, so you know that's how we rockin'. You know I'm never less. Used to get so stressed, can barely get rest, but I keep it going, yes. I'm having fun, and you know it's kinda nice. Thinking better days, champagne on ice. You know I'm never less. Used to get so stressed, can barely get rest, but I keep it going, yes. Now I'm having fun, and you know it's kinda nice. Thinking better days, champagne on ice, all night. We in the sky, we ride flights, with planes, all fields, broad spheres. In the mind, no fear, they got them shook, running no deer. 333 is my spaceship up there. MC is the pilot, but you better make it clear. Cooling on the Sundays through the lime in the beer. Tito's got me cooling, but I'm bet I'm seeing clear. Remain disciplined. She asked me what I use, cocoa oil on the skin. That I make it bend. That's all elements, I got the power in my hand. Keep it going, do what you can to make a stand. I just hop on beats to teach it, ain't nothing, man. The seeds I plant, I reap, garden real plush, damn. And the fruits I eat, cause I planted way back when. The way I rip the beat, be divine, just like me. Angels on my side, and the demons bout to me. But we all a team, you know I keep it clean, yeah, go through me, man. Damn. Hey.
Appreciate you, Skinny. My bad, I got you. I just had it muted for the music, but we good. I said, good to see you, and glad to see you back in here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Champagne on Ice is fire, bro. I know we gonna circle up the catalog and things like that, because I know I have so much songs, bro. It's just I gotta do some visuals for them. We're gonna shoot some new, some fresh visuals for some of the old songs. I have some old songs that are circling back right now that people are hitting me up like, bro, I like that song. Shoot a visual for that. I'm like, all right. So I'm making a list of from the catalog right now. You know what I mean? So we're gonna keep doing that. Of course, so once someone in the chat said they're feeling sick right now, this is definitely gonna be times, guys. New moons and full moons. You know what I mean? Infinitely major times of energetic shifts. So always remember that the moon is going to be corresponding to your the moon is corresponding to your emotions, not just the emotions, but the tides, the waters, right? We're 70% water. So the moon right now is it always shows us an extremely important shift, right? Whether it's a new feeling or being overfulfilled, having to release something. So a lot of times the new moon, you're gonna feel something differently, feel something new. That could be a sickness, a cold, etc. This is it's gonna shift how you move right now. So that oftentimes that happens. Yeah, my catalog hella big, brother. I done spent a couple years grinding like that. I told myself and even then myself right now in terms of project wise, my goal is 33 albums out. You know what I mean? And then from there I can maybe shoot everything, and kind of catch up, let the world catch up afterwards. But I make a song. I make last year I was probably on 2024, bro. I was on 2-3 songs a night. That's how much I was working, So I have my throwaway catalog is 300 songs. So it should be wild. Yeah, over fulfillment for sure. That's usually for the full moon. So a lot of times the full moon illuminates things that we've been keeping underneath the surface, right? Of course, the new year is and the new moon is an interesting thing because it always shifts your emotions, how you feel. It's always going to shift how you feel. It's always going to bring a new emotion, and it's going to have you looking at things in a different way. So you probably knowing you. I know you're. I don't want to say information, but I'm not sure your rising sign. But if I knew your rising sign, your where Pisces is right now is probably near your sixth house, or your second house, and that's why you're feeling the sickness right now, because it's having you look into it's having you look at areas, or being reminded of areas that you kind of have to look into or look at more. You know what I mean? So the new moon is like a clean slate. So a lot of times it's cleansing, it's and not really cleansing, but it's adding to the building blocks. What do you need to look at now? So a lot of times being sick around this time is reminding you, okay, you got to focus on the health, because that's something you've kind of been either ignoring or haven't been so focused on. So right now you're okay, let me shift how I feel towards how I take care of myself, in terms of your health aspect and your day-to-day routines. Jay, I appreciate you. I love all our followers and things like that. You've been hitting banger reels. Shout out Culture. Appreciate you in here, brother. Gina, shout out. We gonna drop that song out right now. Make sure y'all search Champagne on Ice. It's off the Completion album, MC333 Completion. Y'all find it. But yeah, and I said Skinny says throwaways. Definitely being modest. You know what I mean? Those are just ones that because I'm very selective, bro. My catalog's big, but I'm my own biggest critic. You know what I mean? I'll do 10 songs, and I'm I need to get the best 3. And then kind of go from there. So that's how I am. I probably have throwaways that y'all will be like, yo, this is a smack. I'm I know. So 100%. Yeah, Champagne on Ice. I hear you, brother. You can't miss these lives. Yeah, these lives be key. We've been dropping straight gems lately. I'm not gonna lie to you. We just had the channel's been doing great as well. These lives don't get pushed in the algorithm as much, but as they did before, ever since I'm noticing at certain milestones, YouTube kind of pushes your accounts differently, things like that. But overall, it's been decent, and we've been here consistent. So shout out to you. Champagne on Ice, chat. That's out now. MC333 Champagne on Ice Completion album. I'm gonna run that up. Let me catch up to the chat. Peachy, I see you. What's happening? How you doing? We're gonna get Vin Smoke. So you talk about Leo. We're gonna get into the Leo Any more emotions? I know. You know, Aries, you know, you're ruled by Mars and things like that. You're going to feel. Plus Leo, you're going to feel. 100%, we the feelers. 100%. And then the moon is here, so, and then y'all feelers, y'all women out there that have, you know, the feeling moon signs and things like that, it can be like, it's even harder for y'all to get a grip around your emotional state. You know, certain times, you know, especially if you have like cardinal moons, a lot of times you can initiate things really quickly, really naturally, like, you know, just out of habit. You don't realize like things don't catch up, because a lot of times Aries is backed by action. You know what I mean? So a lot of times y'all act on an emotion, and then you don't realize like where that action will lead you, but it actually was acting on emotion. So you have to kind of but Aries is natural, so that feels like acting on your emotion is something that naturally occurs, which is a good thing. It's just when it's in the negative polarity and you're angry, try not to act on that. Bro, YouTube shut off your notifications for your channel? That's crazy, bro. Bro, they be doing some shit, gang. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I'm trying to tell you, because you've been here. Like, you've been someone who's actually observed my channel for a while. You've been consistent in the chat and things like that. Like, they actually do shit, bro. Like in September, my IG, my Meta, everything got shut down. You know what I mean? YouTube now turning off notifications from my subscribers. You know, like it's weird, bro. That's why even with the things I do, with the info I put out, like, that's why I only been doing like lives, and then I do like the pre-record stuff, new moon, full moon. That's it. But I don't do too much like readings here. It's more on Patreon now or private. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like to get super deep on YouTube. You just be mindful. I know, you know, the owners of said platforms and things like that. Just you gotta, yeah. But shout out to Rumble. You know what I mean? Shout out to Rumble. At some point, maybe we'll cut YouTube and go to Rumble. But you know, YouTube, we love YouTube. You know, that's why it's a great platform. It's just sometimes with certain words you gotta be mindful of and stuff like that. Which is why we only stream on. I don't really do the Twitch and the Kick and all that other stuff, bro. You know, and it goes to show, like, we ain't even a big channel. Like you know, we're not even a big channel, but it goes to show who has real information, and not even just that, but what information causes real influence. So people can downplay, oh, bro, like, I'm not the biggest, but the fact that I have that much, they can see that much impact, it's something to be aware of. That's all I'm saying. And that's not even me being in my ego and things like that. It's just real life shit. You know what I mean? Like, why does the boat so much level of you know what I'm saying? Yeah, hundo. Shit'd be wild, brother. It'd be wild, like the type of shit that be getting pushed up here. Vince Smoke said, I like a girl, but she doesn't know what we are. Wait, hold on, let me read that. Let me reread your message right now. What's up, Peachy? Hope you're doing good tonight. You know what I'm saying? I like a girl, but she doesn't know it yet. Oh, yet, sorry. You typed that wet. That's why I read it like that. And we are both, you know, I hear you. It's gonna be, you know, when you're dating similar zodiac signs, it's gonna cause a conjunction within your energy. So it's just a lot of emphasis. Doesn't have to be friction, but a lot of energy there. So just depending on your octave, you know, spiritually speaking, whether you're someone who has patience or not, like it requires two people to be present a lot more within the relationship, because y'all will come with the same energy, and it can headbutt sometimes. A lot of times it will. So, mindful. Yeah, trust me, brother. I know you get me. You know what I'm saying? Because you've been observing for a while. So, hundo. People be going crazy about views and clout, but I mean, it's all fake. Y'all just look at the real ones and know who have the impacts. You know what I'm saying? No lie. No lies at all. We built this chat brick by brick. Yeah, yo, I know. Like, I'm telling you, culture. I'm telling you, that's how real community get built, bro. That's how real things happen. You know what I'm saying? That's how real things happen. Appreciate you, Gina. In the spirit realm, all these physical attributes and numbers and things on screen don't even they know who the biggest in the spirit realm for surely. You know what I'm saying? They know who has true information and true influence and true knowledge that can actually change the way people maneuver in the world, and that's what's quote unquote they're worried about. Can't even say certain things. You know, these AI algorithms. I'm goody. I hope the same for you. It's our year, y'all. Yeah, it is. 100%. 100% chat. 100%. All right. Lunar New Year. Fire Horse is here. We're gonna be dropping a Fire Horse video for the year of the horse tomorrow, likely. Just gotta gotta do some editing in the back end for the production side of the thing, production team. So that'll likely be up on the YouTube tomorrow. In terms of today, in terms of right now, we're gonna be doing I wanted to do a collective reading because I know I haven't done a collective reading for a while. So. Mary, we're not gonna do any requests right now. If you guys are gonna do any requests after the live, after we do the breakdown, and then that way, you know, it won't affect how we upload this and things like that. We'll do some requests. I see some coming through on the IG side, so shout out to you guys. If you guys have personal questions about the new year, personal readings, the live deal starts at 50 for you guys who want personal readings. That's your full astrological breakdown and how this year will affect you. Just hit DM, put it in the chat, and I can write your name down on this handy dandy book if you haven't been in here. If you're new to the live stream, we write everyone's names down in this on our handy dandy booklet right here. We reach out to everyone afterwards. If you want Lunar New Year readings, live deal starts at 50 chat. That's the deal. The Leo number 5 is the number. That's actually the Leo number 2. You know, number 5 is the number of expression and things like that. So shout out to that. So 50 starts there, and just put your birth info here, or just say me, and I'll make sure to write you down and reach out for your reading afterwards. For those who have live requests, we'll make sure to do live requests after the actual breakdown. That way we don't we're not in between the energetic reading and things like that. The message comes out clear. Everyone can listen. Replay gang can listen smoothly through and things like that as well. So we about to get into it. Follow another somewhat smaller channel. I started with electrical type content and random stuff. But like the last 10 months, 9 years, so. So how has that been on his channel scheme? Like the last last year and things. Has it been better? Has it been like, has he gotten a push, or has it been slowed down as well? You know what I mean? I'm interested to see like other niches, because I don't know any like creators been uploading crazy like, whoa, okay. Crazy woke content you ever heard of? Proper third, book within the Bible, real Bible. Yeah. And the old ones, yeah. 100%. I use woke loosely. Yeah. Hundo. So, and then has that been? Have you noticed certain thing on their channel as well, or what? I'm interested to see, because I actually don't talk to like many creators. Like it's not many like and they shadow ban the they shadow banned them. Yo. They know what's good, bro. They know what's good. Like, that's all I gotta say. These guys know what's good, and the people who are like, you know, the smaller channels and things like that. If you don't have the awareness, you'll think you're not gonna do it. You'll end up quitting. Yo, YouTube's not for me. Yo, this is not for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you switch up the content. You're like, how is this getting pushed? It's just what, you know, like. And I understand it, because it's like, but not even, bro. You think, like, it's still, we still bring people to the platform. It still helps grow the platform. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they're not making anything off of like ad spend and whatever. So it's like, why are they doing that? It's just annoying, you know? It's like, it's crazy. Other people vid clips in of, yeah. See, that's how it is, bro. It's crazy. But That's how I like, you see my strategy with certain shorts that I post and things like that. That's what helps the growth and it converts to long term. But even then, I have a back end system that will always push my vids to like my actual audience and things like that. So building a community is actually important, because without the community, you cannot hope for YouTube or things like that to push some shit and expect to get pushed. You're gonna be cooked. IG jail right now, bro. These guys last September, these guys took my IG. This is a new, like the one you follow, y'all chat. This is a new IG, like my personal culture. That's a new one. All my business accounts, my old label account shut down. Everything. They like, that's from like 5 years of activity. Just open my Instagram one day, logged out. It's cooked. So like, and if I didn't have like an ecosystem of like a mailing list and my own site and things like that, I would have never been able to reach out to people and be like, guys, there's a new IG. So that's a whole business that pretty much could have got lost in the wind if I didn't build a foundation for myself. So again, these platforms, it's not all, you know, sugar and sweet and things like that. Just this community tab just disappears sometimes, comments disabled, children content warning, block the vids. Yeah, nah, trust me, all kind of stuff. No, it's crazy, bro. I know. I can only imagine how, you know, things are playing out for him. And it just goes to show, bro, it's confirmation on everything we've been saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, confirmation on everything we've been saying. I use a lot of the, because this type of content is more niche. They're not going to give the push and stuff, so I use a lot of the short form content to get to bring people in and show them, like, oh, what kind of info is this? And then they end up clicking and they learn something new. You know what I mean? So it's like you're planting seeds through short form content. So I'll use like some regular mainstream stuff for short form, but the long form is always going to be my music, my things, everything. You know what I mean? But YouTube's not going to push the long form stuff like that based upon what you're speaking about. So these are important things to be aware of, right? Unless you're in a certain niche that'll get pushed, then yeah. Made of it understood. No, I will. I definitely. I'm actually gonna write that down because it's a crazy topic, bro. And to be honest, I'm gonna do one because I did one regarding when they took my IG, and I talked about Meta. That's actually a video on my channel. So I spoke about Meta and things like that. And then I just did one with Spotify. There's a big shift on Spotify. Spotify just took like 6K of my streams. Like, what? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm talking to Spotify. I go on my dashboard, my distributor. They say, yeah, we're delayed payments. All artists are delaying payments from Spotify. No one's paid from Spotify right now. Everyone's last month payment from Spotify is on hold. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys don't have teams. How are you a multi-billion-dollar company and things like that? Like, it's crazy. They're giving people like me to run around. So imagine bigger artists, right? Imagine bigger artists and things like that. So it's interesting, but we're gonna definitely talk about it, brother. We're gonna definitely talk about it. So, Chad, let's get into it. We're gonna go through the houses first before we pull any cards. We're gonna get into the house system. Yeah, culture. Hopefully you added that IG chill. You know what I mean? That it's cooked. And then if you have if for y'all listening, if y'all have Meta, your FB attached to your IG, disconnect that, bro. Disconnect, bro. Because it was my FB that apparently got flagged, and bro, and I didn't even do anything, and then it cross thing to the IG and cooked everything. So just do not attach that. Do not attach that. 100%. All right, now. All right, we in here cozy. Let's get it. He did a book on the book. The Book of Magnetism. Yeah, from a Freemason. Yeah, I know that book. I know the book. He gives a name and says, Google him. There's nothing there. Yeah, I was talking about. Yep. 100%. I'm actually aware of that book. So, it makes me wonder, like, there's certain, like, when you're talking about certain things, certain topics, or certain, it just makes me wonder. Because there's, Yep. I've actually heard of that. Because, bro, even that, like, the topic of natural healing and things like that, too, and that in itself, when you're talking about the health system, that in itself, I had a couple people that, was here and are no longer here and things like that, that was trying to shift big things within the health system. We know many horror stories like that, too, and things like that. Mercy Lover 2000, appreciate you popping in. We're going to get into the energies chat. I'm just going to grab a charger. Where's my water? So we're gonna go through the house system. If you guys know what your rising sign is, just listen out for your rising sign, and y'all will know. Y'all will know what to expect. Let's plug this in so we don't die, things like that, and then we can get into flow. We like to wait for a little bit because, you know, when we see all of these requests coming in, things like that, it's interesting when every time we just get live, all these requests and join the live and things like that. Hopefully these guys have real questions at the end, and we'll bring that back. Different books. I think my search is being messed up because I can't search what I'm watching content wise. Yeah, 100%, bro. Especially with the algorithm AI recommendation, a lot of it's not even gonna be on the internet. Like it's crazy. Like a lot of it won't, like it's gonna be very curated moving forward, right? So even a lot of books I have, bro. I got some shit. I'm gonna do like a live one day just about some of the books that I know is actually like extremely like solid books. You know what I mean? That they won't put out there like that. A lot of the natural herbalism books, certain books on astrology, certain books within within the occult. Like when I say occult, I mean like just hidden information, and like books on like energetic signatures and what the mind can do and things like that, psychic abilities. That won't be pushed because a lot of that was studied by CIA, 3-letter agencies. So so yeah. BJ, what's good? We're doing requests afterwards. If you have any questions, just put it in the chat. Appreciate you. We're going to get into the house system chat right now. I know I've been saying that, so let's get into it. Staying hydrated over here. Yes, 100%. 100%. We're going to do a... Even inside our community chat. Skinny, get in the Patreon, and I could always send some stuff there too, because that's where we're growing. You can be a free member in the Patreon, and it'll send you an invite link to our chat, where it's like an offline chat and things like that. It's actually just a Discord community. Oh, you're good. You're good. I got 2 screens on right now and things like that. But as soon as I get into it, we're gonna move forward. Which I'm about to do right now. 100% it is, brother. 100% it is. So I got my fireplace on. We got Nigeria in the house. That's solid. That's solid. On the north side, Canada, East Coast. Anyways, I don't need the cards right now, so let's get into the houses. Boom. So we're gonna start with my Leos, because I know I'm on my Leo page right now. So for y'all on YouTube and Rumble, make sure y'all follow Leo Daily Memes. If you guys have any Leo in your big 3 and things like that, I know any Leos, go send them the channel them the page, things like that. And yeah, appreciate you. So we're gonna start with my Leo risings. And of course, if you know your rising sign, great. You don't need to know your house system. Just try to find out your rising sign. If you don't know your rising sign, we'll make sure to do that for you, because we can provide your chart, your natal chart for you if you need. Queen Mo, appreciate you. So Leo risings, you're gonna have the new moon. Let me pull up the chart real quick. This new moon and Lunar New Year. It's gonna be in your 8th house. Moon in Pisces, yeah, new moon, and the sun in Pisces. So obviously we're out of Aquarius now, which Leo, for you, being out of Aquarius is good. This is good energy for you guys, okay? And this is for my quote unquote Leo rising. Let's keep that in mind. This is Leo risings. This has nothing to do with your sun sign. So keep this in mind. If you're a Leo sun, that's completely different and separate than your rising. If you are a Leo rising, then apply it to you. How can I know my rising sign? He says, and talk a little bit more slowly. You say, okay, I'm African and it's hard to keep up with your speed. I apologize. If you want to, you know, you're okay. You're live. I appreciate you. My bad, as I've been waiting to do this. So I will make sure to do the breakdown a little slower for you. But if you don't know your rising sign, we can do your rising sign for you. If you don't, You can't get a reading with us because our readings are $50 minimum readings for our live deal, then you're gonna have to find your birth chart, and you get that by finding your birth time. You try to find your birth time, your birth location, and obviously your full date of birth, and put that into put that into astrocharts.com, and you'll get your birth chart, and you'll know your rising sign. When you know your rising sign, you can then listen out for that. You could probably find a more generic calculator if you don't want your whole birth chart online that can just give you your big three, sun, moon, rising. Of course, you know your sun because you're a Leo sun. That's your sun. So the sign that you're born in is your sun sign. So yeah, what's important is to find out your moon sign and to find out your rising sign. That way, because your rising sign is based upon your time of birth, which your time of birth dictates your house system. Your house system is the area of life or area within the body that these energies play out. Okay, so if you're thinking in medical astrology, that's important as well because that associates directly with the organs. Okay, if you're thinking area of life, like where things are going to play out, it's going to play out for you, yourself, your values, your material possessions, your social media, online communication. These are playing out through the first, second, different houses have different areas of life, okay? So, Leo risings. Leo risings. Oh, you're banned on... I hear that, brother. I hear that, bro. I almost got banned on Discord, too. I'm not gonna lie. Snapchat, I don't use no more. It's too personal. Niggas who want my snap, I'm like, I'm not giving you my snap, brother. I only have people that, like, know me since I was, like, back in the day. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? On my snap. I try to keep that very, very minimal. Yeah, no, that's what I said. I'm like, brother, if you're on IG, for those who I may be going too fast for, go on YouTube and Rumble to watch the full video. You guys can check out the channel. I'll put it in the chat, MC333, YouTube and Rumble, and you can slow down the video. You can put that at 2x, 2x or 2 slower the speed, so that way it'll do that for you and slow it down for you if we're going a little too fast. So you can set the video to half speed. Shout out to my moderator over on YouTube. Appreciate you guys. That's what's good about YouTube and Rumble, why we do it there. You guys can speed it up and slow it down as well. I know for us, sometimes we talk quick to, kind of get through the energies. I have a Mercury in Sag, so bear with me. We're fast talkers. But I try to articulate the best as I can so you guys can understand, So, Pisces, we're 0 degrees. I can actually pull up, I'm gonna pull this up for you guys right here. That way y'all can see a little bit of what I'm seeing as well. Hold on. There you go. Boom. There you go. Fire. We're going to pull that up right there for you guys. So, yeah. So, shout out to Rumble. YouTube, y'all can see on screen. Give you guys something to look at, which is dope. So, we're looking at the natal chart right now. Of course, over here is what we're looking at. The sun, 0 degrees Pisces. Which is awesome. The moon and the sun are in the same position right now. We know this Lunar New Year was 28 degrees Aquarius, pretty much starting 28 degrees Aquarius. So this... we just dropped the new moon video, so if you guys haven't watched that, make sure you go watch the full video on our channel. The moon in Aquarius deals with associations, networks, and also communications. So it's fixated emotion, So this is either coming into an emotion, reacting, responding in terms of fixated ideologies. So a lot of times, and it's not necessarily new or new emotions, but honing in on the forms of communications and networks and future ideologies that you've had for yourself that you want to continue to move forward with. So it's like, kind of like it's reminding you of the energy that you wanted to stand on emotionally, right? That's dictating your future, because Aquarius is very like future oriented. So it's not necessarily and that affects your network. You know what I mean? Your ability to think towards what your future is looking like. That'll affect who you position yourself around. So that's how the connection is there, right? It also does direct correspondence to the associates, people that you know and people you're connected to through information, forms of consciousness, right? As the next sign there, this neighbor sign is Pisces, which deals with the subconscious, the collective unconscious, right? So a lot of the associates and things like that you're around, that you communicate to, is directly going to affect your subconscious or the collective or your collective unconscious, and that's going to position you in a way, in some way, shape, or form, that you may or may not want for yourself, right? Unknowingly or unknowingly, which is extremely important. So when you're moving forward, it's always like, all right, you have to understand associates, because associates dictate, because associates can dictate how your dreams play out, or your fantasies, or even your delusions and illusions, right? So a lot of times you could be around the same people that's supporting an illusion, or a delusional version of yourself, because Pisces, 12th house, the last sign of the zodiac, and then Aries is right after, the first sign of the zodiac, house of self, which is Aries highlights who you are, right? The house of self, and Pisces is about the collective. So how is your form of knowledge and your network and forms of communication and unknowing associations affecting how your dreams manifest and come to fruition, or supports a delusional version of reality that's directly corresponding to where you're going to end up in the future, or in today, present time? You know what I mean? So that's how it's all interconnected, chat. I'm going to clear that up for y'all. Just the passion manifesting. Yeah, no, trust me. Some say, some say as some may hear it as tongues. It's possible, my guy, bringing the truth. Nah, hundo. I've had some, bro. If you don't resonate, it's kind of like that too. Especially because it's like a weird it's like not even a language, but the frequency of it comes through like a language. So people will come through and try to come in the chat and be like, bro, you talking bullshit, or bro, I don't understand what you saying. It's like, nigga, like how, but like you like just say you're dumb. You know what I mean? Like just say you don't know, or this is new information. But people will be like, oh, this guy's talking bullshit, or you ain't even speaking like as if I'm speaking a different language. Like, like nigga, what? It'd be funny to me half the time. For real, I'm not gonna lie to you. Love Jones. We started. We doing the breakdown right now for, and we're actually on Leo rising, so we're doing the breakdown of the house system for the lunar new year. So Pisces season as well, and the new moon in Aquarius/Pisces. We're just talking about the Aquarian, Piscean, Aries signature, how it's all interconnected based upon cycles and transitions. Okay, so your forms of your consciousness, which is the mind, the mental, your ability to think. Aquarian, the sword, air, has something. That's the starting point, right? The consciousness, and that's what leads to connections, interconnections, and also associates. And then that energy, based upon this guilty by association and things like that, or the opposite, good, or not. What's the opposite of guilty? Beneficial, I guess. Beneficial of associations, right? Or beneficiaries, whatever that word is, things like that. Then that comes to be based upon, who you are. Because at the end of the day, the connection, the association has direct correspondence to the neighboring sign Pisces, which deals with dreams, or delusions or fantasies or illusions, and who you are knowingly and unknowingly associated with can affect how your delusions or dreams and fantasies come to be, and directly affect you, which is Aries as well, first house. Her wavy. Nah, literally, like, just say you're dumb. Like, it's like people get it more in their ego to admit they don't know something, and instead of compared to getting at me, like, bro, you not what you think you are. Bro, shut up. Go, like, what are you doing? Like, you're not doing nothing for yourself. You're not doing nothing on the internet. You're not doing nothing to inspire, change, aspire, impact. Nothing. You're just here to talk about a whole lot of nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, just say you're dumb and you don't get it and you didn't learn shit in your life, and you're fucking mad that you don't know anything at the state you're in. That's fine. We're here to wake up at our own states. We all have our own spiritual journey. The fact that you're in your ego mad that you don't know something is crazy. You know what I mean? It's like then learn. We all have the ability to. It doesn't mean get in your ego and attack the messenger because I'm providing some information that is good for you, but because you don't know it and I know it and I'm the one saying it, you're mad. What? You know what I'm saying? Like, absolutely insanity. Absolutely insanity. Crazy. Anyways, back to the breakdown. Oh, my bad, chat. Y'all was seeing me read the chat, but yeah, that's me reading. Wait, actually, yeah, y'all can see that. Well, not really, but it's like that's me looking at the chat. Let me go back because I just exited that. Bring the wheel back on here, boy. Bring the wheel back up, bring the wheel back up, bring the wheel back up. So YouTube fam and Rumble, y'all can see the screen that I'm sharing as well, with the natal chart that's currently on screen. So that's a lot of the interconnection, right, with the new moon starting in Aquarius, but it being on the Aquarian Piscean signature. Okay, the Aquarian Piscean signature has a direct connection to your dreams and your associates, your forms of communication, and how that directly affects your dreams and fantasies, or directly supports your illusions and delusions. Okay, so these are keys, because that's going to directly affect you. You know, it's the last two signs before it comes back into yourself. So like your who you're connected to, whether you knowingly or not, is going to affect you. So this is why you have to be aware of certain spiritual energies, because you could just be wanting to connect to someone or with someone for the sake of desire. That's why if you look at someone with a really big friend circle, a really big social group, kind of be mindful, just because usually the people who know themselves well usually don't have the biggest group around them. Okay, and that's just, I'm not saying you having a big friend group means like, no, but just understand that a lot of times the more you mix with your energies, you become like those energies. So you know, the five people that you know, that your 5 closest friends, you probably have energies of your 5 closest friends. If you know, taking traits from your 5 closest people, we end up adopting some of those and similar traits from these people, and it's just by nature. It's not a good or bad thing. It's just what happens when we share spaces spiritually, when we put ourselves to be in a proximity, physically, you know, within, you know, same rooms and things like that. We're gonna get in it. We're gonna pick up something from that space, right? Nice, MCAT. I'm glad it resonates. And I am talking about this one a little bit more extensively because I'm on. This is for my Leo. You know, my Leo risings. A lot of times, we're gonna get into that, but I wanted to just talk about the overall energetic signature of the new moon in Pisces right now, and why it's important to realize your dreams and realize your associations and who you're connected to, knowingly or unknowingly. Okay, so and when I mean knowingly or unknowingly, it's like knowingly and subconsciously. Subconsciously, it's old thought forms that could be influenced by certain people, old thought forms that could have been influenced by certain workspaces and people and associates that you know, friend groups from your childhood that you could grow up to then be an associate, but your ideology and your identity of that childhood or that ideology that you identify with is directly affecting and corresponding to your beliefs and how that manifests. So like all these things, that's what I mean by subconscious or unknowingly, because a lot of it is subconscious. So it's important to clear out, like, okay, are my beliefs based upon an old version of myself, an old identity? Cooking me up some breakfast while you talk, culture. That's what I like to hear. Good shit. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a little bit late on the you know, breakfast for dinner. You know what I'm saying? Breakfast for dinner. I had a scrambled. What did I have the other day? I don't eat too much eggs and things like. I like egg whites, but I had a scrambled egg on a croissant the other day while I was like out. And I don't really eat out too much. It was my first time like getting a breakfast thing out in a while. I'm like, I had to do it quick. And I had it, bro. It was smacking. I'm like, yeah, this is crazy. I was like, yeah. I'm like, yo, shit, that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I try to do a lot of home cooked, especially like breakfast and stuff like that. I try to do a lot of home cooked meals for the most part. But yeah, I was out all day the other day, and bro, that shit smacked. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, so Leo, when it comes to you guys, all my Leo risings, now is the time to take the notebook out and be attentive. Okay, we're gonna get into it. That ass cray cray, Hundo Peaskies. So, wait, let me see if I can do this real quick, chat. Maybe I can do properties. No, it's not gonna say that. Application. Yeah, no, it won't. Yeah, never mind. Okay, it's all good, chat. My bad. Okay, so Leo rising. Put a pen and paper out. Let's get into it. Let me take a sip of this real quick. Hydration. Okay. Horn of confirmation. Way of wands. Shout out to my people. Shout out to my supporters. Shout out to Gina leaving comments and all that good stuff. Shout out to everyone. And we got 2 phones. One for the plug and one for the load. If you're a Leo sun, this is going to play out a little bit differently for you. Okay? So, if you weren't here what I mentioned, your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign, these are going to be key areas to look at. Okay? This breakdown in terms of finding your house system is going to be a little bit deeper astrology than what you're used to. And you're going to need to know your rising sign, aka you're going to need to know your birth time and your birth location for the most part to know your rising sign, to get an accurate rising sign. If you want, we could do it for you. Just put it in the chat. We'll make sure you write it down and we reach out. But for the most part, you're going to need to know your rising sign. Your sun sign doesn't really matter right now. It does in regard of the collective energies, but in terms of how this is going to play out in your life, interpersonally, it ain't going to be, the sun sign ain't going to hold weight right now. Because the rising sign is what determines your house system. Your house system determines the area of life that these energetic signatures are going to play out in. Okay, ski. Virgo rising, Sag moon. W. So, we're going to be doing Virgo. Yeah. And then a lot of Leos will have, like, based upon you being a Leo, well, no, I can't say it'll be close to neighbor signs and things like that. I can't say it could be completely different. I'm not going to lie to you. So, it could be any other signs based upon the time you were born. So, perfect. Perfect. So, Virgo rising, got you. We're going to be doing Virgo right after Leo because we started at Leo. So, just bear with me. We're not going to spend too much time on each sign. We got to get through all 12 signs. So, let's do it. Let's rock it. Leo. Pisces energy right now. Sun in Pisces is going to be playing out. And new moon in Pisces is going to be playing out in your 8th house. So, the 8th house for my Leos. Y'all are going to be looking at this a little bit differently right now because 8th house is depth. 8th house is a house of Scorpio, Scorpion and things like that. So it's the fire. Good idea. To shout out to those who are screen recording. 100% smart idea. So for Leo, you're in the 8th house right now. Pisces is playing out in the 8th house. All this Piscean energy, Mercury, Venus, and the moon and the sun right now conjunct all in the 8th house. Okay, so a lot of energies are going to be there for you. This is the Scorpio house. This is the house of the mystic, right? So this is going to be a little bit more behind closed doors, a little bit deeper, a little bit less communicative. Okay, this is going to allow you to kind of go within yourself a little bit more. See, utilize a little bit more of your resources and what you have available towards yourself, and kind of support your own, kind of create your own support group around you right now. The 8th house is going deep within your resources and who you have around you or what's around you and who you know, to then hone deeper in on your individuality, right? So it's like, all right, what is working for me on, in my life? What's caused that, what has brought that growth? And then Pisces is going to have you cultivate a level of faith, belief, imagination, because it's that signature ruled by Neptune, deals with spirituality. So a lot of times, you right now, Leo, my Leo risings, y'all not going, it's going to be different than how you maneuver, because at the end of the day, it's like, for my Leo risings, y'all gave a lot to the world. And the 8th house is asking you to kind of hone in on your own energy, right? And the resources that you've been connected, that you have available. Instead of looking outside of you, can you look within? It's going to allow you to kind of dive deep within the psyche of who you are for my Leo risings. And after the next 30 days, you're going to come out differently. You know what I mean? It's going to cause a big transformation. And this could be even you going deeply within new faith, belief, imagination. So this is a new belief system, a new religion, a new sense of spirituality, a new faith. This is maybe a new calling to things like this. If you're watching this and you have a Leo rising placement, this can be a deeper calling into astrology or numerology, things like that. The house of the mystic, right? This is the house of spirituality, Scorpio. So you go deep, and a lot of times, of course, Pisces rules faith, belief, imagination. So you're going to be going intensely deep with your faith, with your belief, right? With your imagination, with your dreams right now. And it's going to be intense. So that's going to be the next 30 days. If you want to figure out and want some tools and realize, like, okay, how can I go deep with my, how can I go deep within myself? A lot of times it's going to be through faith, belief, imagination, or spirituality. So spirituality, a lot of times, where you find that spiritual growth or spiritual ascension is what you're going to thrive off of. And is where you're going to find a lot of growth within yourself. Okay, because Pisces is also ruled by Jupiter. It's going to bring a lot of new experiences, and a lot of more meaningful experiences. Things that are a lot more deeply fulfilled. You know, you're a lot more deeply fulfilled from it based upon it being more curated towards you and curated towards your faith and towards your belief system. So how you go about interactions and things like that and experiences is going to be different because you're coming out of the 8th house. So now when you come out of the 8th house and you get into Aries, things like that, in end of March, April, going about, like, taking action and going about the new experience isn't going to seem, you're going to go about it differently because you just came through a transformation from the 8th house, Scorpio, in Pisces. So when we get into Aries season, a lot of my Leo risings, it's going to be, they're going to be approaching their experiences and approaching spirituality and that form of communicating that differently. So how you were doing something before, after this month, is going to change based upon the level of depth you go and when the information that you're preview to after coming out of the 8th house. You're going deep within the water right now, but underneath the surface, to then realize the experiences that you were doing before was in alignment with your faith, belief, imagination, or within your religion, faith, etc., spiritual system, etc. So how you're going to maneuver with people that, you know, outside of the world and within yourself is going to be different. When we get into Aries, that's going to be 9th house, and how you take action and how you show up for yourself is going to be more in alignment to the Emperor and more self-oriented. So you're not going to be doing things for the sake of others. Okay, it's my Leo risings. Next, I'm going to have to do timestamps. Yeah, I'm going to have to do timestamps for sure. Virgo rising. PSA to all my Virgo risings. Okay, now is you. Now is you. And then, of course, for my Leo risings, y'all gonna remember you have Venus and Mercury here too. So, you know, relationships is going to be beneficial the deeper you go within yourself and within your faith, belief, imagination. If you do something without faith, belief, imagination, don't expect to, you know, that's more on the delusional scale of Pisces. So where, like, you're just trying to go into things or relationships without any meaning and reasoning. That's the delusional side of Pisces. And that will likely get rejected. The higher octave is more like, unless you meet someone that's in alignment to that and that can connect, you know what I mean? You know, but a lot of times Venus and Pisces is asking you to maneuver your relationships with meaning and reasoning, faith, belief, intention, imagination. Okay, fantasy-like, especially because Venus is exalted in Pisces and loves this placement. Is this alignment? Is this in alignment to your fantasy and your dream relationship or your dream partnerships, right? Dream contract. Like, is this contract or partnership in alignment to the dream version of the thing that you're doing, right? Because this can mean business as well, business and career as well with Venus here. Virgo rising, clock it. Right now, new moon is in the 7th house. Sun in Pisces is going to be in the 7th house. Chat, I'm caught up. Yes, I am. So for you, Virgo, your Virgo risings, your guys are in the 7th house. This is going to be illuminating your house of relationships, okay, and partnerships and contractual agreements. Remember, I mentioned Venus just there as well. Venus rules Libra, or, you know, Venus rules Libra. Libra is birthed out the 7th house. So it deals with the energy of diplomacy, how to deal with people, dealing with people, and dealing with the self. Okay, it's the opposite house of the first house. So instead of the house of self, Aries, it's the house of relations and the house of others, things like that. 7. So my Virgo rising, 7th house, relationships, new moon here. A lot of times here, like I said, Venus is here as well, in Pisces. So because all this 7th house energy is here, Venus, that's a good position for you, because my Virgo risings, 7th house is the house of Libra. Venus rules Libra. Venus is exalted in Pisces right now. It's its highest octave. It's a good energy for you. So it's important to assess how you assess your relationships through faith, belief, and imagination for my Virgo risings is going to be critical. And that's what's going to align you to the best relationships that fit you right now, especially with that form of communication too. Like, you want to communicate that. If you're dealing with a person, a place, a thing, partner, etc., communicating what you want or the version of the relationship dynamic that you're looking for is going to be extremely important, right? That way you can have a diplomatic conversation about it. Mercury here is asking you to be okay to communicate how you feel towards your relationships and what you want out of your relationships, especially with Venus here, because it's exalted. It's its highest octave. So it's about communicating what you want out of relationships and developing, because, you know, Venus rules Libra. Libra deals with diplomacy. It also deals with fairness, right? So it's like it's breaking the chains of being fair, because that has to be, if you are in alignment with the person, people, things that you are in alignment with or want to be in alignment with, you don't have to have an argument about fairness. There's no pull and push. You see what I'm saying? So that's one thing that's gonna be wild. Taurus, we're gonna get to y'all soon. I know. We're gonna get to y'all soon. Right now we on Virgo rising. I appreciate y'all patience. Y'all can come back. We're gonna get to y'all though. Just, put me in the background, take some notes. And you know what I mean? That's the best thing I could say. Like, just listen out for the information for sure. We will do Taurus. We will do Taurus rising. We're doing all signs right now. We're breaking down the house system for the Sun in Pisces and the Lunar New Year for the next 30 days, okay? So just bear with me. As I was saying, Virgo, it's in the house of your relationships, so this is going to be something that you want to move forward with faith, belief, imagination. You could be delusional towards your relationships right now. Don't let someone talk sweet in your ear. That's one thing I can say to be mindful of. Don't let someone like swindle you off your feet through words like, oh, I can, and they're talking towards like all your dreams and fantasies and things that you just make sure that they're not just doing that. Like, it's backed and supported by real stuff. You know, it's not just talk. Because talk could seem cheap right now. So don't just people ramble off in your ear about supporting your dreams, because everyone seems like that can be in alignment right now because Mercury's here. Make sure it's real, it's tangible, and it's actually supporting the relationships that you're looking to support, okay? Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Next, okay, Libra. Libra is in the 6th house. So for you, my Libra risings, okay? If you have a Libra rising, pull the pen out. This is going to be for you. Chat, were we good? Yes, we are. We're stellar. Appreciate you guys, Rumble and YouTube family. We are sharing screen on YouTube and Rumble. If you guys want to see the chart on screen, you guys can go ahead over there. If you're not, chill on IG. That's cool. For my Libra rising, you guys have this in the 6th house. This is going to be the house of routine, organization, also house of health, okay? Your health is here as well. So with Pisces here and the new moon here, you could be directly dealing with certain health issues and a health reset. And this is asking you to look deeper within your health, and look deeper with not just that, but what's causing that is your routine. So look deeper within your routine, and what are you doing day to day that's causing you to be sick right now, or causing a possible health issue. And that's something to keep in mind right now, okay? So the 6th house wants you to kind of focus on your form of grounding, where you're grounded, and how you can stay organized. Organization is going to be extremely key right now moving forward for you, for my Libra risings, because that's what's gonna bring balance to you. Is actually doing things in a way you can think deeper. You can think deeper with, right? You have a very the Libra gives you that cardinal air, that rising. So and the rising sign deals with the house of self. It starts with you. It's all with you. So a lot of times you could look and put things off to the side when it comes to routine, organization, or health, based upon you not thinking it's serious enough, or whatever the case may be, till an issue does occur. But this is probably occurring now or within the next 30 days for you, and now you're realizing, okay, I do need to focus a little bit on my health. I need to actually not just focus there, but structure a routine and stay organized around my health. Consistency is key, okay? That's really the best thing I can say. What's also important is your work whatever you're doing for work right now needs to be evaluated, because it could possibly be draining you right now. So or supporting. So like your work, make sure it's in alignment to, you know, faith, belief, imagination, how you want to move forward within that as well. Are these the right people that you're relating to, and are these relationships and people that you're connected with within your workspace in alignment to what you want to uphold? Okay. Sun in Pisces. Scorpio. Scorpio, you're next. So on my Scorpio risings, take out the pen and paper. Scorpio is going to be for you. It's going to be in the 5th house. Pisces in the 5th, which is dope. You know, for all my Scorpio risings, Pisces in the 5th house is nice. This is just going to be a lot of self-expression, right? Pisces in the 5th house. 5th house is the Leo house. This for you over the next 30 days. You know, Pisces is trying your energy. So you're a fellow water sign. This is going to allow you to be a little bit more flexible, adaptable, and actually go a little bit deeper towards your forms of self-expression. Your forms of self-expression has to actually be backed by faith, belief, imagination, or it won't create a form of consistency. And also, if you're looking to create a form of routine or sense of work or organization around your forms of self-expression, then you know you will have to do it backed by faith, belief, imagination, not delusion or illusion. Okay, based upon, oh, he's doing it, I should do it too. No, like why? Like, what are your what's your actual meaning and reasoning behind something, and how does it affect you? How does it impact others who are receiving that from you? Right. So that right there, is the only way you're gonna actually do something as a routine or form of work anyway. Is if it's backed by value, faith, belief, imagination. So whatever you're doing, whatever that form of expression is, you won't be able to solidify a routine or career around it if you can't be consistent, or if you actually don't value it the way you need to. Okay, because that's what will allow the emotional conviction for you to actually keep doing something for the long period of time, like long enough that you actually have to do it to actually get something out of it. Which is most people's problem when it comes to starting a business, becoming an entrepreneur, etc. It's doing it long enough that you can become an authority figure, and that's what's going to be key. So Scorpio, that is going to be the house of you. Remember that 5th house is also the house of pleasure and fun. Be mindful not to be overindulgent towards your sexual pleasures and things like that. I know Scorpio, I have to say it. You know, 5th house, Leo, is fun, house of expression. Scorpio, 8th house, value, sex, things like that, taboo. So, you know, just be mindful. As Pisces, you can be a little delusional. Make sure it's in alignment. You know what I mean? If you're going to be doing that, watch who you stumble in, watch who you're engaging with, and make sure that it's true in alignment and not supporting an illusion or an old identity. Because you're going to be stepping into a new identity when Venus, Mercury, and Sun get out of this, when we get to step into Aries, and you don't want to be doing something right now for the sake of sexual motivation, desire, just to give you a faulty identity when you step into Aries, and now you can't create a routine, or now you don't feel confident enough to create a routine, organization, and things like that for yourself because of some way of expression. Because the 6th, you're in the 5th house transit now. When you go into the 6th house next month, you're going to be questioning your forms of expression, Aries, yourself, and why, you know, and why you can't do something or can't create a form of organization or solidification around your form of expression because you weren't expressing something right. So that's going to be key. Scorpio. So next, Sag. My Saggies. If you have a Sagittarius rising, this is going to be for you. Okay, so for you right now, Sag, this is going to be hitting your 4th house. And for my Sagittarius, 4th house is going to be obviously, well, not obviously, but it's going to be the house of home for you. Okay, so 4th house for my Sagittarius risings. This is going to be directly corresponding to your home life. Okay, your home life. What's going on at home, and who at home or in the home is supporting your faith, belief, imaginations, or your dreams and fantasies, right? Or help you upholding your delusions and things like that. So Sag, the 4th house is going to be extremely important right now for my Sag risings. The house of home is extremely important and significant. And you're going to see and you may have a lack of connection or feel a lack of connection towards the home right now. And that could be based upon, you know, subconscious upbringing and things like that, and, you know, nuance towards your belief, imagination. Because Sag, you're one to kind of explore religions, explore belief systems, you know what I mean, expand, not get boxed into one thing and things like that. So I like where within your forms of spirituality, right, can help you feel more at home towards the people you're connected with or the people within your home, right? What area of faith, belief, imagination keeps you connected or makes you feel at home? So there could be a level of, you know, spiritual system, a level of communication with someone within your house, etc. That's what makes you truly feel at home. But there's been probably for you a disconnect. Like for you, Sag, a lot of what, you know, your faith, belief, imagination, and things like that may be different than the faith, belief, imagination, and spiritual system that goes on within your household, or, you know, what you are used to based upon upbringing. So you may feel a disconnect towards your your quote unquote family and things like that. But this is causing you to kind of look at things in a different manner. Like, okay, so either it's like this belief system is a little different than, you know, the family's belief system and things like that. It's about getting comfortable with your belief system, and that form of expression, because communicating your spirituality and your spiritual system or what you believe can seem like a touchy topic within your house. Okay, Mercury here is to support you for the next 30 days, and it's going to support you to feel more at home. Okay, and this is happening through your spiritual system or your faith, beliefs, and imagination, religions, religious groups, etc. That's in alignment to people, places, and things that are either in your home or not, because this could be something that's foreign to the home. So you've had to cultivate this within yourself to feel at home, because this feels foreign at home, you've never felt at home. See what I'm trying to say? So it's like you've had to cultivate that within yourself and solidifying that within yourself, which is good, because your next house would be, Aries and things like that would be your fifth house, expressing that belief and that belief difference that was with it, that goes on within your home and within your upbringing. You know what I mean? Because that faith, belief, imagination towards your spiritual system is what's going to give you and cultivate the confidence for you to express yourself truly for who you are, and emotionally, things like that. And just regularly, individuality, fifth house, Leo house, towards yourself. So like that's going to affect your form of self-expression. So if you feel like you haven't, for my Sag risings, you feel like you haven't been self-expressing or communicating how you need to, it's because you don't feel at home. And that's due to difference within spiritual systems, difference within beliefs, right? And it doesn't have to be spiritual beliefs. A lot of people believe certain things and believe certain ideologies and have certain mindsets behind certain things that keeps them stuck in it or caged in a certain way that's or different than you, right? And that's what you're kind of coming to a realization about. So Sag, I like this energy for you. It's allowing you to go a little bit deeper. It's immutable. It's a square for you. So it's squares and oppositions are one of the most expansive transits because they cause the most growth. So I love to see when squares and oppositions are playing out. This seems like a really powerful transit for you, Sag. When you come out of this, I think you'll come out differently, in terms of an aha moment. Okay, like that for you. Like that for you. Let's move forward. And then Virgo, for my Virgos, it's square, or not a square, but it's opposed you as well. So it's going to be a powerful transit for my Virgo risings, my Sag risings, all the mutable signs and things like that. Virgo, Sag, Gemini, Pisces, like most it's going to be hitting for you right now the most. You know what I'm saying? So y'all with those rising signs and things like that, y'all and moon signs directly affecting you for sure. So keep that in mind. Mutable energy is in the sky right now, okay? Moving on, we're getting Capricorn, okay? So my Capricorn risings. This is you. This is for you. This is going to be the third house. So this is going to be the house of communication, and house of social landscape. Okay, so this is house of media, and house of social exploration and communication. So for you, this is directly corresponding. This is also the Mercury house as well. So this is directly corresponding to your communication, and this is you going a little bit deeper towards your communication and developing a little bit more meaning and reasoning towards how you communicate, okay, and how you think, because your Aquarius just came from the mind, and now Pisces is showing you the collective mind. So Aquarius showed you your mind and your form of thinking based upon who you're. Okay, so for my Capricorn risings, the collective mind, you know what I mean? You can see the hive mind, and you can see how you're separate from the hive mind, but how you can be influenced from the hive mind. So for you right now, Capricorn risings in the third house, it's showing you your form of communication is here, and your ability to. The fact that Pisces is in your third house, it lets me know for my Cap risings that if you feel like social marketplace, the online marketplace and things like that is a challenge for you, that form of communication there is because it's in Pisces right now. That's a natal placement for you, but this is gonna give you a little bit more oomph to look at your form of communication. Okay, and that's with the people you know, and not just that, but your online real estate. It's gonna show you right now, the next 30 days, even online, how that's connected, how you communicating through a digital marketplace and our digital landscape and things like that is like also facilitates to your dreams, fantasies, illusions, and you Capricorn rising, you may have a weird look towards social media, right? Social landscape. I'm hearing like the doom scroll could be strong for you. Like sometimes you can get lost with social media and it can feel confusing. Right now is a good time to kind of get clear, especially utilizing your relationships, Capricorn. Who do you know that is working or on social media that has a clear direction? Communicate to them and get an understanding of how they maneuver and what it's like to be on there if you want to get on there, right? Because Mercury is here to support that as well. Like me knowing that it's in your third house and Mercury here, if you're not already in the online space, you probably wanted to for a long time, but you haven't stepped into that based upon sub and unconscious belief and people and associates you're connected to. So you've never felt like you have enough value to appear online or communicate online, because third house, you're coming from the second house, which comes from house of value and things like that. So if you don't feel like you don't have the value, you won't execute your third house at 100%, which is just house of communication, right? And that's going to be extremely important to stay tuned with. So guys, keep that in mind, 110% with my Capricorns. If there's something that you've been wanting to do, put out there, communicate, speak about, what unconscious thoughts and beliefs are you still holding on to that's literally caging your mind, okay? Or limiting your forms of expanding online and things like that. And not even that, but your forms of communication. If you're already online, your forms of communication could need expansion right now. And of course, how to do that is by developing meaning and reasoning towards communication. You could have been doing things online just to be online. Now it's like I need to be a little bit more intentional, okay? Aquarius rising. For y'all, this is going to be in my YouTube chat. Shout out to YouTube, shout out to Rumble. Appreciate you guys tapping in. I'm Sam. Means a lot. Just checking chats. We're good. Aquarius, this is going to be in your second house. So as I was mentioning I remember doing whole signs. So as I was mentioning for Capricorn, their third house, everything was in a transition. So if you don't feel like you can communicate strongly, it's because you haven't assessed your value system, right? Everything is like building blocks and stairs to life. The house system is like preparation. You go through 1 through 12, and that's like walking through life. Just like there's 12 months in a year, 12 months in a Zodiac, you go through the year, you go through life. Just a lot of people don't like shadow work, so they'll avoid certain things that come up within themselves and not go through the thing. You know what I mean? When going through the thing will will lead you to will actually that's actually you catching the shift. You avoiding the shift just makes you avoid life, and then now you missed energy for the next 5 years, and now you got to wait for another 5 years for things to come back and things like that. So keep that in mind. So Aquarius rising, this is going to be the second house for you. This is going to be the house of value. So for my Aquarius risings, this Pisces next 30 days is going to be illuminating your sun here. Is going to be illuminating your house of resources and the house of material possessions. And also the house of income. This is going to be day-to-day income as well. So this is like routine income based upon you and what you do, the light you're emitting. So this is more so. This is how routine gets created around what you do. 6th house Virgo, and then 10th house Capricorn. The Earth houses, right? The 2nd house is Taurus. It's the birthspace of Taurus, things like that. So it's the house of it's stability, right? So Aquarius rising right now, Pisces, Sun in Pisces, and the new moon in Pisces is asking you. Wow, that thought that slipped away. But the 2nd house is asking you about material possessions and values, and then with Pisces here, it's like, okay, that's what I was gonna. That's what it came back, chat. It was it has to do with your dreams, fantasies, illusions, right? So like, you wanna maneuver your earnings and things like that through your experiences. What do you want to experience in the world, right? From the world. Because Pisces here is showing you that your resources and material possessions are tools for yourself, right? 1st house, and then tools to help fuel communication and solidification, authority, 3rd house, right? So the 2nd house right now, and the sun here is going to show you that you maneuvering with faith, belief, imagination, and you using your spiritual system is what's going to create regular income for you. Okay, so the 2nd house is the house of income, 6th house is the house of routine, 10th house is the house of status, right? And it plays out in like from the lower number to 6 to thing, etc. It literally plays out like that too. If you don't have value, if you don't know what you value and don't understand your value towards material, then you likely won't have a routine, like something consistent. And you could have something consistent but lack value towards it, so you don't care to hold on to it, right? So it can play out in both ways, but a lot of times if you use it as a ladder system, it can play out a little bit more beneficial for you guys. Okay, so that's Aquarius for you, and we're going to be getting Pisces. Okay, yeah, Pisces is next. So for my Pisces risings, it's going to be in your 1st house. So this is going to be illuminating the house of self. So of course, a lot of things right now is going to be illuminated and looked upon you. So if you're and then my mutable signs are examples right now. So, like I said, Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, and Sag are the examples right now with the new moon here. So a lot of times people are going to look at you as like what they're doing, how they're pivoting and things like that. But you're going to be illuminated Pisces, house of self. So it's people are going to be, a lot of the spotlight's going to be on you for the next 30 days. You have a lot of good energy for you to act upon, a lot of energy coming back into you right now for my Pisceans. This right here is just getting deep with, you're Pisces rising, so for you, all right, focus on the self right now. And then one, Pisces has a big energy of creativity, chat, so you can, if you're a Pisces rising, you can notice a lot of creativity coming back towards you, and that's a lot of how you thrive, you know what I mean? So your creativity is what you value, that's what you communicate and things like that. So Pisces, you're looking at your creativity, you're looking at your art, you're looking at your fantasies, where, what mindset or vision have you had for yourself that you've been upholding that's been a delusion or a part of a fantasy that you've been looking to actually act upon that is beneficial for yourself. So a lot of it is faith, belief, imagination that hindered your own self or took your own, held you back in a sense. So And when I mean belief, and like I say, faith, belief, imagination has nothing to do with a religion or a spirituality. Like a lot of things is just what people know. You could tell someone something and they adopt that whole thing as now that idea became a belief system, right? And then that belief system became an identity. So I say faith, belief, imagination has nothing to do with your religion. and things like that. Most people aren't even religious. so like keep that in mind too. You'll hear people talk about Pisces and religion and faith and spirituality and things like that. A lot of people lack spirituality. Of course, if you're watching this, you probably don't. You have some sort of sense, which is good. And that's all you have to. That's all you know right now for sure. You being reminded, like, okay, cool. I gotta refocus up. Like you could have been forgetting a lot of your spiritual system as well. Maybe you getting back into your, what is a good thing for you, back into your routines, back into the things that help yourself, that self-oriented, your health and things like that, your creativity, you know what I mean? This is, a lot of it is going to be highlighted on you and what you've been doing and how your belief and your mindset and your vision and things like that has been directly affecting or throwing all the rest of everything off. You know what I mean? It's all on you when it comes to Pisces risings. Okay. For my Aries risings, it's going to be in your 12th house. So for a lot of y'all Aries risings, this is going to be a 12th house placement for you. So the 12th house deals with the collective unconscious and things like that. This is taking action. You know what I mean? So not necessarily. This is, well, actually, I like this placement. So if you're an Aries rising, let me correct myself. If you're an Aries rising, this is a natal chart placement for you. So this is, Pisces likes to be in the 12th house. Pisces is birth from the 12th house, 12th house space and things like that. It's the house of Neptune. So, this right here, for one, if you're an Aries rising, you could just be sleeping a lot more. You could feel like you're getting your rest right now, which could be significant. Of course, Mercury is here as well. So a lot of us collectively are naturally, our mind is moving a little bit slower right now. Okay, so like your forms of thinking could seem a little bit slower, which could be good because it slows things down right now. Of course, the year of the fire horse, it's going to be it's very fast-paced energy collectively, and then it's a 1 year, so it's fast-paced and then quick, and then it's also not just that but aggressive. So right now is giving us a good time, especially in the beginning of the new year, Lunar New Year, to really sit with ourselves and assess our forms of thinking and kind of maneuver with ease, right? Like it's finding your own sense of flow, okay, your own flow state right now with Mercury here. Aries rising though, Pisces, like I said, lugs the 12th house. So for you, this could be just illuminating a lot of the unconscious and collective unconscious thoughts and beliefs that you were honing in and you thought you needed to act upon, or you identified as yourself, and that became your identity and who you are, and you're realizing like that's not who you are. A lot of these ideologies and things like that do not benefit me. Why did I make that a belief, or why did I make that a spiritual system and things like that, right? So Aries, a lot of that is going to be illuminated right now, and then your sleep and your dreams, a lot of messages are going to come through your dreams right now, so make sure you're taking a note. So have a dream journal beside your bed. Keep that beside you when you wake up. A lot of what comes through your dreams is going to be direct messages to you in your waking life, and that's for Aries rising specifically. A lot of us collectively right now too. So for my collective, I would definitely say just keep a dream journal beside you right now when you get up. If you're one to not remember your dreams, use the affirmation that I will remember my dreams throughout the day. So when you get up and you don't remember it, write that down, and that'll help train your subconscious towards remembering your dreams. Okay, I like that. I think we touched on everything. Yeah, the new moon can be giving you new insight towards your dreams or towards your spiritual system. That directly, a new spiritual system and things like that directly affects you. So this can shift how you feel towards spirituality and towards those Neptunian-like things for my Aries. My Aries never like to watch anything. Like they're like the least interactive zodiac sign I have on all my pages and channels and things like that for some reason. They never watching nothing that has to do with spirituality. I only know one Aries that's like a leader and he teaches and shit, but shout out to him. He got a Sag moon though, so I look at it like his Sag moon. Compared to even Aries. Every Aries I know, they like stubborn to spirituality. It's interesting. Let me know the rest of your experiences though. I bet a few moon signs here and there, but like in general though, like it's hard, not necessarily. Maybe like hard towards it too. Like they'll like fight, like, nah, nigga, I don't believe in that shit. I'm like, oh, okay, like, I'm like, all right, bro. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn. It's like they don't want, like, which it could be like a Mars thing, ego, you know. They probably learn on their own time, to be honest. Do their own research, which makes sense. Emperor energy. Like do things on their own. So as you move forward, Taurus rising. You have this in your, all my Taurus risings, put your pen and paper out. Y'all have this on your 11th house, okay, for the next 30 days to come. So Pisces season just started. We're 0 degrees Pisces right now, and the moon is 22 degrees Pisces. So the new moon portal is here till about Saturday, Sunday. The 11th house is going to show you faith, belief, and imaginations towards your associations. Okay, so this is developing a new sense of value towards your associates and who you're associated with. Also realizing who you were possibly connected to in the past, past, present, future. You know what I mean? Pisces deals with the collective unconsciousness and subconscious mind. So this deals with other beliefs that you have adopted based upon other connections. Okay, associates. Okay, and that's what shapes your beliefs, and then will shape your identity, and then that shapes your perception and how you communicate. So make sure you keep that in mind as well. Tethering and breaking cords from the 11th house is an interesting thing, because like I said, I spoke on the 11th house I think decently before this live, and for y'all who are Taurus risings, y'all have that energy to where y'all dealing with the direct 11th house, like it's like the energy of the sky right now. Like y'all have that natally. Taurus risings, y'all have that natally in your natal chart, to where Pisces is in your 11th house right now, but y'all, like, it's almost similar to the energy of the sky. Like if you had it in your 12th house, like Aries is pretty much almost a similar energy to the sky. You guys are born in spring, so it's almost directly corresponding to Aries season. You know, Zodiac, you know, start of the Zodiac sign and things like that. And then of course, you know, on the Western Hemisphere, they say astrological New Year is Aries, and then Chinese Lunar New Year. Of course, the moon moves a little. The moon moves quicker than the sun and things like that. It's in Pisces. So the collective unconscious, kind of preparing the collective for what to step into in Aries season. Okay. So Taurus risings, you have it in your 11th house that deals with associates. Associates, connections, and any forms of communication. Okay, this deals with the energy of inventiveness and the energy of uniqueness. Okay, Uranus is here as well. What are you bringing to the table, and what forms of innovation can you provide? Okay, so like these are going to be big themes, because your associates. Your associates thrive, and you thrive with your associates based upon the level of depth that you have and your belief system, okay? Like your spiritual system. So that'll help fuel the connections that you have and the people, and then also help disconnect you from the old belief systems and old identities and old ideologies that you used to identify with. Okay, so the 11th house is taking all the connections and the people that caused you to think differently or change your form of thinking, to where how much of it is based upon you, and then how much of it is based upon the influence of others, right? And then it's separating from those ideologies based upon you not living for them, and understanding it's okay, how can I formulate my own belief system through my own spirituality and my own ideologies and my own forms of thinking and my own beliefs, because I don't want that old identity, that old reality. I no longer identify with, based upon those old associates I'm no longer connected with. So the shift has to happen within your belief system, because your belief system is what attracted those old associates to you. And the shift within your belief system now, remember Pisces is mutable, it's adaptability. So it's the ability to shift your faith, belief, imagination, and that's what's going to shift your mind, how you think. And how you think is going to directly affect your associates and the people that you attract and who you connect to. And that's going to directly affect, turn into beliefs, and directly and go into your subconscious mind. So this is how you feed and train your subconscious based upon your thought. And this is going deep within that, using your emotion as well. So it's understanding that, yeah, you did have an emotional connection to these people that did affect your forms of thinking. That's just something that happens naturally. We all do it. So it's just like, okay, cool. And these people you connect with oftentimes connect with you based upon your status. 10th house, right? Material, finances, image, what you can do, what you uphold, your ability to be him. You know what I'm saying? So they connect to you, but you connecting with them, they may not come, it may not be that same mutual exchange and things like that. So it's important when you show up, okay, this is who I am, I'm him, who is her, or who is he? You know what I'm saying? And do I even need to be connected or not? And having that faith, belief, imagination to go, you know, that feeling energy is you being intuitive, you feeling it through, being like, okay, let me communicate with this person. Let me see how, let me get a feel of how they maneuver, whether it affects whether they can support my dreams, or whether my fantasies, or, you know, they'll lead me down a delusional path, right? 12th house. And if they could support your dreams, you know, you can maintain the connections and things like that. You know, you can have faith towards these people, because you putting faith in the world is hard for you based upon you know, what you've seen, what the world has maybe shown you. So when you create your own world based upon you being able to feel and detach and separate from that internally, the world starts to look a lot greener in your own eyes based upon your own perceptions, because you're feeding your subconscious the thought and the belief that you want to feed it, and the ideology that you have for yourself. Okay, so shout out to my Taurus risings. 11th house, that's you. Let's get it. Remember, Mercury and Venus is here on your side as well to develop the right relationships and to communicate how you feel toward, you know, how you feel or how you felt. Keyword felt, because Pisces deals with past, not just past, but past, present, and future. So these are three different dynamics, and this is you coming into Pisces, which is opposed Pisces, which is Virgo, and Virgo is always the integration. So it's like you integrating the belief and understanding who you were connected to in the past that dictates your future. And you severing the cord presently is what's going to dictate you how you move forward based upon you understanding that's not their thoughts and feelings that shifted your mindset and your ideologies isn't you. That is something that you no longer need to identify with. And now that will no longer remain in your mind, okay? And it becomes easier to separate from based upon you know, and then belief and ideology and forms of thinking becomes different, and that's what the confirmation, when you see your belief and ideologies and your emotional depth not get attached to certain outdated beliefs and mindsets, then you know that's your confirmation that you flip the switch and you're making the right progress. Okay. Uranus is here too, so you being unique is on your side. You know what I mean? For all my Taurus risings and things like that, Uranus is here. Is about to be moving out to Gemini in April. So Uranus is here supporting you to be unique and supporting you to be innovative, that inventiveness and the right connections. Uranus is here to kind of sever any old cords, because it's going to be at the end of your sign. It's about to be stepping into Gemini, and Uranus is going to want you to communicate uniquely based upon your value system. And if you are still attached to these old identities and old beliefs, you're going to attach to an old identity. And if you're attached and embodying an old identity, you won't bring forth a new reality. That's a bar. Write that down. Anyways, it's a clip. Let me continue moving forward. Gemini. Gemini risings. This is y'all 10th house, okay? So for y'all 10th house Gemini risings, this is going to be for you, it's going to be on your status. So this is going to be all what you uphold and things like that. A lot of Gemini risings, if that's if you're a Gemini rising, how had other people's ideologies and other people's beliefs shape your status and shape the business and how you navigate, right? How you navigate is extremely important, and what you uphold, right? So like a lot of people could have, I'm getting hiccups, I'm hearing like try to dim You're like, you could be good at communicating or a good talker. That could be corresponding to your status for my Gemini risings out there. And I'm hearing people discouraged your forms of communication and your ability to speak for my Gemini collective that I'm speaking to right now. And it's important to not adopt that as true, because it's gonna directly correspond to your self-image. Okay, and you're going to devalue your self-image, and in turn, you will live for other people and not yourself, because your beliefs and ideologies are directly corresponding to the world, what they put onto you. Okay, what they said you're worth, and things like that. And that's not how things work. You deem your own value, and the world catches up. You don't deem your value based upon what the world tells you, and things like that, or then you're not truly valuable. It's that simple. If you don't have your sense of belief towards your own value and what you put into the world, then you don't have true value. So if you're expecting the world to tell you and give you a good job and tap on the back, you're already in the wrong space, spiritually speaking, for my Geminis. So don't expect that from the world. And that's what Pisces is teaching you. Go within yourself, and that'll uphold your status and your image and the vision that you have for you will be seen, and that'll be replicated as a reflection. Cancer. Cancer 9th house, chat. Cancer 9th house. We are almost done. We done been through all signs and things like that. We have Cancer is the last sign, so last but never least for my Cancerians. And we are, chat. Are we 2 hours in yet? Nah, not yet. Oh, not yet. Okay. Oh, we are. Okay, cool. Yeah, we are. 90 minutes. We just hit it. So we're about to be out of here, chat. So Cancer risings is going to be on the 9th house. And the 9th house is all about faith, belief, imagination. I love this because this is all supporting you. Pisces likes to be here. This house is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter also co-rules Pisces. So this is a good house for Jupiter to be, Pisces to be in. Cancer. Jupiter is also exalted in Cancer right now, retrograde, so it's spending some time in your sign. And it's giving you the support you need to expand where you need to. It's in Cancer, so it's on your rising, and it's showing, Jupiter showing you, cultivate yourself right now. Like Cancerians is a lot of self-expansion, and Jupiter is taking you through a lot of experiences to shape your faith, belief, and imaginations. Towards yourself, not towards others. What do you believe yourself to do, and what do you believe yourself to be capable of, right? These are big things and big themes overall. And that's what Jupiter is telling you about, reminding you on your first house, so keep that in mind. With all the Pisces energy in your 9th house, it's telling you to go deep within your experience, like go deep within yourself, and go deep within your experiences, because your experiences is what's shaped your reality to be what it is. And you've been through a lot for my Cancer risings. It's like, whether it's with, etc. It's like you guys have been through certain things that you can look back at and say, bro, why did I even go through that with that person, with this thing, etc., with that experience, whatever the case may be, whatever it is. And it's showing you, like, okay, where you can have a sense of delusion. And a lot of times you could have a sense of delusion to certain experiences, right? And people oftentimes is what swindle you. If you don't dictate your own experiences based upon your own faith, belief, imagination, don't think that what they're telling you and things like that about what you're missing out on and what you need to experience is most important, because this is something this is wisdom of yourself. This is you looking at yourself and say, bro, I've taken myself through the bullshit or through the good things, and it's because I chose to. It's because I did that for myself. it had nothing to do with the influence of others and things like that. And if it did, that's what you're realizing, and you need to come back into the faith, belief, and imagination that you have, and the value that you have for yourself. Okay, Pisces is like, what experiences do you want to experience for the sake of yourself? For my Cancer risings, and this is you saying, all right, I need to make an adjustment. I need to make a pivot towards what I've been experiencing, because what I've been experiencing may or may not be in alignment to what I want to bring forth into the world, or what not even that, but what you want to uphold, because it's directly affecting your status. So you can be going through experiences right now for my Cancer risings that's going to cook how you look to other people, and that's going to lose out on connections. It's going to lose out on bringing your dreams, acting upon your dreams, or other people being connected to you to where you can act upon your dreams. Okay, dreams, fantasies, illusions, delusions. You could be you could have been you could have went through certain experiences, Cancer rising, that directly affected your status and your image, and how people perceive you, and that directly affects your perceived value, and now your perceived value has went down, and now your connections have went down, and therefore slowed down your ability to bring forth a dream and things like that, therefore supporting an illusion or delusion. Okay, so this is how you kind of dictate the polarity of the 9th house, okay, and the experiences that you've been through for my Cancers. My Cancerians, I like to say, because Cancer ain't a good energy to put on y'all. I don't like things like that. But with that being said, Venus is here. Venus is here. If you're looking for a relationship, this is good energy. This is good energy. You can notice people, places, and things coming from the past based upon Jupiter being in retrograde Cancer. There's certain experiences that you've went through that caused, that brought forth situations of comfort, and you're remembering who those people, places, and things were, right? And understand who you want to move forward with, especially moving forward from the Aquarius season. So the 9th house is a very interesting thing. I think you understand, my Cancerian risings, how certain experiences do blemish or help and support your image, your status, right? So be mindful of going through experiences. My Cancer risings, you could always want to do things, and Jupiter will always take you through experiences. Just make sure you're not experiencing for the sake of experiencing, and make sure it's backed by Jupiter, aka meaning and reasoning. Meaning and reasoning. And then because you have Pisces here, faith, belief, and imagination. Okay, so if it's not in alignment to a vision that you have for yourself, your faith, or it's in alignment to your spiritual system and things like that, this experience, then don't do it. It's just gonna bring forth the opposite result that you're looking for. People do it all the time, every day. They'll say they want something and do something completely opposite. You have to focus on your actions, and if you're acting in a certain mannerism, whatever you say, it's not gonna matter, because your actions is what brings forth the reality. And a lot of times the actions, almost all the time, the actions always come from the mind. That's just how it is. So, and if you can't curate your mind, and if you can't adjust your mind and things like that, then a lot of times you won't adjust your action. Fixing matter with matter does not help, and it is extremely slow. And it causes a lot of frustration. If you want to fix matter, you got to fix it with frequency. And that's the starting point. Okay? As within, so without. As above, so below. With that being said, chat, that's all signs. Done. Hope the notebook was good. We're 2 hours in. We're at the end of this. We're at the end of this MF. And shout out to YouTube family, Rumble. We've been on here for 2 hours. We're going to go into a little Q&A segment. Not even 5-10 minutes. If anyone on any other platforms has any questions, drop it in the chat now. And we're gonna be riding out in a little bit. We're gonna be dropping the new moon video is out. So if you haven't seen the new moon video yet on our YouTube, make sure to go over to the channel and MC333. Watch the YouTube video about the new moon that just dropped today, or well yesterday, because it's midnight, past midnight now. And we're gonna be dropping a video later on today in a few hours about the Chinese New Year, year of the fire horse, and what that has to offer and what to expect and things like that, how to maneuver. So I'll be mentioning some Chinese zodiac signs to preview that'll be having good years, worse years, moderate years, etc. So make sure you guys keep an eye out for that video. With that being said, drop the question. Drop the questions in the chat. That's it. We're gonna get to it. With that being said, I'm gonna take off my screen share. So shout out to Rumble and YouTube family. I'm gonna turn that off for y'all, and that way we can read chats. W stream today. W stream today. Water is life. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We got a W stream today, chat. Shout out to everyone who's tuned in on YouTube and Rumble and all that good stuff. Yeah, we're about to be 2 hours in. We haven't been 2 hours yet. My OBS was, but no, I started OBS early, so we good today. I'm good today. W stream. W stream. How you guys feeling? Boom, 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 boom. Let's play a track. We're gonna do 5-minute outro. Q&As, guys, drop it in the chat. I'll make sure to answer anything. Q&As. We're gonna do a beat review tomorrow, so make sure you guys stay tuned. That's gonna be tomorrow's live. We got a beat review. Fire Horse video drops. I'm gonna be reacting to some videos that we've been within the industry that we've been observing and things like that. So tomorrow's live stream should be a little bit funner, a little bit lighter, and things like that, so you guys don't have to be too super attentive. Where's my release? Let's throw up a track. I think I'm feeling Alchemize. New Wave 2? Maybe New Wave 2. Maybe New Wave 2. Ooh. Oh, chat.
Let's see. And this another Roche B. I know you don't know about me. I had to sit down for this one. I told little baby grab the tea. And yeah, I had to keep it going. KIG man for the team. Young MC man had to do it for my family. Just kinda wild to know that they rely on me overseas. And I think it's time to take another trip. Catch me in Bali. Had to manifest my team, build my network. Now we ballin'. Awoken my mastermind club. You know we never stallin'. Come on, little bro, keep your head up. I know you fiber folk. Never doing dirty, busy spirits. So bro, keep your head up. I know you fiber folk. Never doing dirty, busy spirits. Stenchy, they be lurking. How you don't know your direction, flying around just like some locusts. Know all things ain't meant for me, so I had to keep it pushed. Tryna force collapse, not doing that. I seen just how they moving. Remaining flow, know my direction, man. We steady winning. Jupiter retrograde in Taurus, September 4th. For a couple months, I say 4 till December 30. Knowing I'm abundant, reassessing what's coming to me. And I'm knowing what I'm reaping, cause I'm sowing all the seeds. Had to get my mind right in order to attract all the riches. And really, wealth is a mindset, you know you gotta do it. Had to apply persistence consistently, I'm saying fluid. Manifesting from internal realms, you know I had to do it. How we rapping, this a new wave, man, you know just how we rock. And if you ain't spreading the wisdom, man, you know you gotta stop it. Don't be mad at me, not happy what you saw, you gotta plan it. You want me to hop on the track, man, you know you gotta top it. 6 years in, really doing this, you know they steady clowning. How you think you blowing over now, you know you gotta stop that. Putting in work daily, don't be surprised that I'm at the top. I know I'm making it look easy, I don't need no shot clock. And she don't hit my phone like that just cause I'm staying busy. Knowing my relativity, so you know I'm coming steady. Set the plan, ride 2 planes, man, and we never land. All they scared to be up in the streets, but steady talking about it though. How you become a rapper, man, just to be gangster. They moving backwards, real OGs, man, used to rap, man, together. And I ain't giving no whack, homie, a shout out. If you really knowing me, no, I don't do this shit for the cloud.
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix, you can. First up, let's talk about AI color themes. You can get any combos you want, bold and bright, minimalist and sleek, or something you didn't even think of. Just describe the vibe you want, or even use the colors of your logo, and let AI do its thing. Beautiful. Next up is the AI section creator. This is great for those website essentials like a